My fiancée Milán and I are staying at Hawks Cay for the 3 days leading up to our wedding. And today, we're splitting up to relax in our own way before the big day. I'm heading out spearfishing with my brother Justin and our friend Jack, while my soon-to-be wife is going to be checking out the resort. My goal is to land enough grouper for dinner and to have some to share with friends and family coming in from out of town, while Milán is trying to relax after months of wedding planning. We are up at 6 in the morning. Mixing chum, and she is sleeping. I hear she's going to the spa today, but we're going out. Today's the second day of grouper season, and we're gonna go try to shoot some black grouper. After mixing up the chum, the guys and I headed over for breakfast while Milán caught up on some much needed sleep. I usually skip breakfast before diving, but a buddy had raved about the buffet here, so we figured we'd check it out. Sitting outside, we had a great view of the ocean, and we could see where we were gonna be diving out on the horizon. It was a little windier than forecasted, but we were still set on landing our limit of grouper. After a great breakfast, we loaded up the boat with our dive gear and headed out. While the guys and I headed offshore, it was just about time for Milán to get up.
Good morning, everyone. The boys woke up this morning to go get themselves some grouper. I won't be going with them today. You guys get to join me on a whole day full of exploring Hawks Cay. We're gonna start the day with appreciating the view from this beautiful villa. Let's roll. So here we are at breakfast. I'm gonna dig in now.
There's no shortage of things to do in the Florida Keys, but I'd say about 99% of them revolve around the ocean. You can jump on a fishing charter, book a dive trip, spend the day at the sandbar, or head out on an eco tour. But today, we're getting in the water for a bit of free dive spearfishing. If you've never done it before, spearfishing is where you dive down and hunt fish with a spear gun instead of waiting for a bite on a fishing rod from the boat. It takes some skill to get good at, but the best part is being able to choose exactly which fish you bring home, so you can be super selective and only take what you need. Today is May 2nd, just the second day of grouper season, so that's our main target. Today we're gonna try to chum up the grouper to us. We're gonna spend a good amount of time spot locked with the trolling motor in one location, dropping chum balls, and hopefully that brings the grouper out of their holes and right under the boat. One of the beautiful things about a trolling motor like this, especially on a 33-foot boat, is being able to anchor without actually having to pull the anchor. Open up the diaphragm.
Mr. Miyagi over here. Come on, guys. I'm not gonna wait around all day.
Dude, those groupers are waiting. They're waiting for what's coming. Patience comes to those who wait.
I think it's good things.
Patience comes to those who wait.
It's good things.
Patience. Yep, if you wait,
I think I'm saying the right
you will
things,
be
right?
patient. Having missed out on the day before, we decided that Jack should get the first drop. We weren't in any rush, so we took our time breathing up, and when we were both ready, we took our dive. As the bottom starts to come into view, I could almost immediately see several grouper below us. I spot a rather nice one hovering about 20 feet off the bottom, so I grunt to get Jack's attention. After spotting the same fish, Jack starts gliding towards it, and the fish actually swims up to meet him. After so many months without any spearfishing pressure, this fish had no worries at all, and Jack is able to land a great shot, his first of the season.
Dude, that is awesome. Look at the color. Woo! That was about as good as that was as easy as it gets. 66 feet, I shot this guy and just dropped. First drop of the day, went right down. He's just chilling like 20 feet off the bottom, and Derek grunts at me, and I saw a smaller one, and then he grunted and pointed, and I looked back, and this guy came cruising like even closer than the smaller one. That is epic.
Awesome fish.
Beautiful fish. Good first fish.
Hell yeah.
After seeing so much life on the first drop, we gave things a few minutes to settle down before hopping back in the water. We were all hopeful that another big grouper would come into the commotion from the first fish, so I loaded up my larger Rife spear gun to be ready for anything. I took my time breathing up, then made my drop. This part of the dive is just so addicting. After kicking down the first 30 feet, you become completely weightless. You can control exactly where you go with just the flick of a fin. And as you glide to the bottom, the anticipation builds as you wonder what you're gonna see. As I level out just above the bottom, I spot plenty of grouper, but nothing huge. And since we could only take one more, I was trying to be a bit selective. Then I spot this nice Cubera snapper. Cubera are a bit rarer than grouper, and they're another one of my favorites to eat. So I take my time lining up a shot and get a great hit in the head of the fish.
Saw a bunch of black grouper, but you know, you can't turn down a nice Cubera. Perfect eating size, awesome fish. Gave me a great shot. Man, this is just incredible. 2 drops, 2 quality fish. Cannot imagine Milan is having more fun than us right now. Smile.
Services at the spa booked. I will have to be back here at 11:30, which is in approximately like 2 hours. Now I'm on my way to find a bike. Rent a bike. I found it. We're gonna get a bike. Took a second, but we're off. Oh my God, how fun, yay, okay. Let's go take a look around Hawks Cay, everybody. While getting ready for the wedding has been fun, making sure it all comes together has brought on a bunch of stress. Between work, planning, last minute details, and trying to make sure everything goes according to the detailed plan in my head, we've been going non-stop. So this pre-wedding honeymoon in the Middle Keys has been exactly what we needed to take a minute to slow down and relax. Hawks Cay is just absolutely so beautiful this time of year, and it happens to work out perfectly that opening grouper falls in early May. Duck Key is such a small island that you can literally ride a bike from the ocean to the bay in just a few minutes, and along the way there's incredible views everywhere you turn. Stunning, crystal clear blue water all around, palm tree swaying, and a cool breeze is a great way to start the day if you ask me. I'm having fun. Eee! Okay. Let's see.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to whip it out, but I got the new Rife Mamba roller, and there are just so many fish down there right now. I think I can land a black with this pole spear. So we're gonna give it a shot. Let's get it rigged up. Somehow, I had convinced my brother to let me skip his turn so that I could get a shot at landing a black grouper with a pole spear. Pole spears have a much shorter range than spear guns, and getting within range of a fish can prove to be a real challenge, especially here in the United States, where every other diver is using a spear gun. But the circumstances were just too perfect, and I was eager to give this new roller pole spear a shot. But because it was Justin's turn, I only had one dive to make it happen. Hopefully they let me get close enough. If not, Justin's gonna put one in the box.
Justin, what's your patient tolerance? For
One dive.
One dive.
One dive.
Derek, how many dives do you think you're gonna need?
I think I can get him in one.
Yeah, I think so
I'm not
too.
even gonna let him come all the way up. As soon as he's halfway up, I'm going back down. No chance.
I knew I only had one dive to connect with a grouper, and that added pressure made lowering my heart rate more challenging, but after a while I decided to just go for it. I usually only ever use a pole spear in the Bahamas where spear guns are illegal, and this was my first drop with a pole spear in over 10 years while in the United States. But after seeing so many grouper on that last drop, I knew this was my opportunity to land one with my brand new spear. As I approached the bottom, I began to see the grouper, and they were everywhere, even more than I had seen on my last drop. I begin to close the distance, and the fish start to dart around the bottom, and I know I need to get close enough for a shot in a limited amount of time. I pull myself towards one of the fish, release the spear, and land my shot. The grouper tries to get into the reef, but I'm able to pull it out before it rocks up. Then I head for the surface. I was 1 for 1 on my new spear, and I couldn't be happier on my trip to the surface.
That thing freaking ripped. We could have got a bigger one, but there were bigger ones, but that was badass. We don't need any more meat, you know?
No.
That's... Hell yeah. Nice freaking grouper.
With our limit of grouper secured, it was finally Justin's turn to make a drop to see if we could add to our already great catch. 3 dives, 3 fish, and a great first fish on my new pole spear. While we celebrated landing our grouper limit, we couldn't help but wonder what Milán was up to back on land.
As you can tell, I've cooled down enough because my hair is out of my clip, but I've cooled down enough so I can head back out, drink some water, and now I'm gonna go to the spa so I can actually explore a little bit. I wanna get there a little early, see what I can record possibly, and then I will take you guys along with me. All right, everybody, we are on the way to the spa with about 7 minutes to spare, and it's literally like on the other side of this hedge. So, see you in a minute. Let's just enjoy the views. All right, guys, so we are getting ready, and let's go. I am currently in the locker room, and I'm gonna get ready for my service that I have booked. So, it's a cute little locker. How adorable. Fit check. Hi. Unfortunately, I could not take you with me. I feel so rejuvenated, honestly. I got a scalp massage with a hair treatment and a hair mask. Yes, there's a difference. For the guys that are watching that don't know. I gotta run, actually. I was so excited about the spa that I basically lost a little bit of track of time, so I've got about half an hour to go back to the villa, change, make sure everything that I need is packed and ready to go, put it in the car, and then drive up to Tavernier so I can get these puppies done.
While Milán got ready to head north for her nail appointment, the guys and I had just enough time for a few last dives. It's rare to start your first dive of the day with the boat's limit of black grouper already in the cooler. But that's the situation Justin finds himself on this drop. There are all sorts of fish we could see on any given dive, but the main fish we're targeting now would be large mangrove snapper or a big mutton snapper. But you never know what the chum is going to bring in. Just as Justin starts to level out, hovering above the bottom, Jack grunts to get his attention. Off in the distance, a big lemon shark is cruising the bottom with a large cobia following close behind him. Cobia are one of our favorite fish to eat, so Jack and Justin start grunting to try to get its attention, and Justin eases closer, but the shark is already on its way out, so he heads for the surface.
There's a big cobia. That was a big one, dude. He's with those sharks.
After chumming the water a bit more to bring the shark and cobia back in, it was Jack's turn to make a drop. I've found that this strict turn system is not only super efficient, but it's also really safe. Being able to keep an eye on your buddy the entire dive is critical. If something goes wrong, you need to be close enough to help. Freediving can be dangerous, but the majority of that risk can be mitigated by diving with an experienced buddy that you trust, taking enough time to breathe up between dives, and wearing the right amount of weight. As Jack reaches the bottom, he hovers just above the reef, keeping a good vantage point on anything that's cruising through the chum. And right at the end of the dive, this nice mutton comes in, and Jack makes his shot count. Jack is able to fight the mutton and keep it out of the reef, and then head straight for the surface. This fish really added to our mixed bag, and at this point, I knew we had plenty for our friends and family that were coming in from out of town for Milán and I's wedding. The guys made a few more drops, but they never saw the cobia again. So with our goal accomplished and a few fish stories, it was time to head in. We're gonna go frab some of that grouper. Milan's gotta go, she's gotta get her nails done. We are getting married in 2 days.
2 days, baby.
So, see you then. I will be spearfishing till then.
Oh God, okay.
We quickly cleaned up the boat, filleted the fish, shared a few fish stories at the cleaning station, and fed the locals before heading back to the room to cook up some lunch.
So we're back off the boat here, and we're gonna make a very simple, just a fresh fried black grouper sandwich. I mean, it can't get any more simple than this. Shot a bunch of nice black grouper today. Came in, filleted them up. We're here in the kitchen now. We got them seasoned up. We're skipping the egg mixture, going straight for Duke's mixture, which is typically a beer batter, but you can add water to it or milk to it, and then like your favorite seasoning, but kind of make it thin so that it adheres to the fish real good, and then just put it in panko, drop it in the oil, and it makes it like 10 times crispier than probably anything you've ever had in a restaurant.
We sliced up some lettuce and tomato, whipped up some tartar sauce, and headed for the back porch to get a taste of some fresh black grouper with a view, while Milan sat back and got her nails done for our wedding. Overall, I think we both had our own version of a perfect day here in the Florida Keys, and with 1 day left before our wedding, I only had one last opportunity to dive before the big day. Be sure to hit subscribe to see how I managed to squeeze in a half day of diving the day before my wedding, and to get a sneak peek of our ceremony here in the Florida Keys. I'll see you in the next one.